Abundance awaits you. Hey everybody, Michael Stead here, founder of the Abundance Society, where we teach you how to invest and grow your money the way the rich and the wealthy do so that you can create the financial freedom and prosperity that you deserve. Now in today's video, I want to show you why paying off your mortgage will cost you millions of dollars. Now, according to conventional wisdom, I'm sure you've heard something along the lines of that debt is evil and should be paid off as quickly as possible. Not only that, but I'm sure you've heard it's a smart idea that if you have a mortgage, that you can pay your mortgage off faster by simply adding an extra $100 to $200 a month on top of your payments, and that by doing so, you can pay your mortgage off years faster, and that this will save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the course of your mortgage. Now, on the surface level, this sounds like a pretty good deal, and you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, you know, that sounds like a really smart strategy. But the question I want you to ask yourself is the following: are you better off financially by having done that? Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, yeah, of course I am. I mean, my mortgage is paid off. I don't have any more debt. I'm debt-free. I don't have to make any more payments. Of course I'm better off financially. Well, as I alluded to in the title of this video, I want to show you why doing that will actually cost you far more money than the money that you will end up saving by following this strategy. So let's just quickly jump off the slides here, and I just want to take you over to a free online tool. It's just calculator.net. It's just a free online calculator. And let's just jump over to their mortgage calculator, okay? So for the sake of this example, let's just say that you're going to go and buy a $350,000 house, and you're going to use a 30-year mortgage. Okay? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about your own personal situation. I'm just speaking in generalities here, just for the sake of the example. Okay, so let's say you're going to go borrow $350K at 30 years, and let's say the interest rate you're going to get is, let's use 5%. And let's just, I know interest rates are a little bit lower than that today, but let's just assume that you want to get a fixed loan. Maybe your credit score is not that good. Whatever the case may be, let's just use 5% for the sake of this example. Okay? So let's just quickly do the numbers here. So in summary, if you took out that debt at 30 years at 5%, you would have paid more than $326,000, and that $350,000 house would have ended up costing you about $676,000. Now, on the surface level, you're probably, I don't know, some of you might even be hyperventilating, thinking to yourself, oh my God, I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous how much it costs you to carry that mortgage. Now, let's just say I came to you after I showed you this and said, tell you what if instead of paying your mortgage off, what if I told you that I had an investment opportunity where you could earn 4% interest? Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, because I mean, if I'm paying 5 but I'm only earning 4, then I'm not going to get ahead. Well, let's take a look at that and let's just see. Okay, so now we're on an interest calculator here, okay? So let's just say we're going to take that $350,000 and we're going to invest it at 4% over a 30-year period, okay? So let's just see how the numbers turn out here. Give it a quick second to load. Okay. So in summary, now instead of only earning over here where we would have only earned $326,000, you would have actually earned more than $785,000, and that original $350,000 investment would have turned into more than $1.1 million. Now, the question you're probably asking yourself is this: well, how the heck did that happen? Well, what a lot of people don't understand, especially when it comes to paying off their mortgage and mortgage payments in general, is that there's actually two kinds of interest. Now, the interest payments that you make on your mortgage, the way those are calculated, they're calculated using something called simple interest, okay? So basically what that means is that the interest payments are only charged on the principal balance of the mortgage. So in the example we use a $350,000 mortgage. So the interest they charge is, or the way the bank calculates it, the interest they charge is based on that $350,000 balance, as opposed to the interest on that actual mortgage, okay? Now, the example where I showed you where you could have earned more than $785,000, about a $400,000 difference if you invested that money versus paying off your mortgage, well, the way that happened, that occurred through something called compounding interest. And that's a major, major distinction and difference that you need to understand. Now, compounding interest is interest that accrues on top of interest. Now, I know that sounds a little wordy, so let me just quickly explain what that means. So let's just say you had $10 and you invested it at 10%. Okay, so the next year you would have 11 bucks. Now, if you reinvested that money again at 10%, well, you wouldn't be earning $1, you would be earning actually $1.10. So by reinvesting that interest, you're compounding that interest. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So now I want to show you how to pay off your mortgage the right way. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how am I going to pay off my mortgage if I'm only making the monthly payments and using that extra money to invest? Well, here's the key distinction you need to understand, because I think you should be debt-free. Well, now you're probably really confused. You're thinking, well, Mike, how is that even possible? How can I be debt-free if I'm carrying a mortgage? Well, there's two ways of paying a mortgage. The first way, as I showed you, was where you could simply just make the monthly payments and it would end up costing you about $600,000 plus dollars. But if you paid it off the way I'm going to show you now, if you look at it on a balance sheet, let's say you had your $350,000 mortgage here. Well, what if you took that extra money, instead of using that to pay down your mortgage, what if you took that money and built up assets on the other side of the ledger to the tune of $350,000? Well, obviously a balance sheet has to balance. So if you had $350,000 in assets, well then technically your mortgage is paid for. Because if you have enough assets where you could just write a check to pay off your mortgage, well then your mortgage is technically paid for and you're technically debt-free. Now this is a huge, huge, huge distinction that you need to understand, and something that could literally be worth millions of dollars to you if you get what I'm telling you here today. So here's the big takeaway that I want you to understand and take away from this video. Anytime you allocate more money to pay off your mortgage, you lose the opportunity to invest that money, which would allow you to earn even more money. Now, the wealthy have a term for this, and it's simply called opportunity cost. Now, the wealthy, they understand this very, very well, and they would not give up that opportunity to earn interest on that money because they understand how interest works and the different differences in both simple and compounding interest. Okay, so the question I want you to ask yourself is that if anyone tells you that paying off your mortgage as fast as possible is a smart idea, ask yourself this question. Is this person who is giving me this advice wealthy and financially free? Because if they aren't, that should be a pretty major indication that you should probably be getting your financial advice from other people and from people that actually are wealthy themselves. Because obviously if you want to achieve a specific result, you should probably be taking advice from the people that are getting the results that you want to get. Now the big question that I'm sure you're asking yourself is probably something along the lines of this. Okay, Mike, well, where do I invest the money that I save from not making additional payments on my mortgage? Well, let me just very clearly say that first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor and therefore I cannot give you personalized investment advice. However, what I can tell you is that what if I told you that there is an investment vehicle out there today where you could earn consistent returns anywhere from 6 to 10% per year? Not only that, but this vehicle is extremely low risk and that the principal balance is not susceptible to the stock market, which means that your account will never go down in value even if the market crashes to zero. Not only that, but this account is highly liquid, which gives you the ability to pull out your money anytime you want without paying any sort of penalties. Also, the money within this account grows tax deferred, and then you can access it and pull it out anytime you want, 100% tax free. Not only that, but this account is also creditor protected, which means that your money is 100% safe from potential lawsuits and creditors. Additionally, there's no restrictions on this account, which means that there's no limit to how much you can invest, unlike traditional retirement accounts such as 401ks, IRAs, RRSPs if you're Canadian, TFSAs, and other, depending on what the moniker or lingo is, depending on where you're from. There's no limits or restrictions. Lastly, it allows you to become your own bank, which allows you to earn the interest on cars, homes, and other large purchases that you otherwise would have had to finance from the bank. So this is just a few benefits that this account offers. Now, if you want to learn more about this investment strategy and learn how to actually apply it in your own life, simply go to www.theabundancesociety.net/registration. Again, that's www.theabundancesociety.net/registration. Now, if you go there and register, I'm going to give you a free video that will explain the strategy in detail and show you the investment strategies that are working right now in today's economy. Okay, so if you want to get instant access to this video, all you got to do is just click on the link below, and we will take you to a registration page where you can get instant access to this video. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Again, my name is Michael Stead. Questions, comments, let me know. Leave them in the box below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Any feedback, just let me know. Leave them in the box below. And we will be speaking with you guys real soon. Take care and have a great day.